Welcome to Get Involved TV, our very first episode. So the idea of Get Involved TV is it's a place where people who are involved in the world of employee engagement can come together to have conversations, to share ideas, to express opinions. And the idea of this is it's not about production values. We're using flip cams and we're using very little editing, and the idea is it's about content, it's about chat. And we hope to be able to produce these little and often about whatever the subject of the day is. And today, for our first episode, we want to talk to you about company values, corporate values. We want to challenge some thinking around that and just get some ideas flowing. So all great businesses and all great sports teams have a common set of shared values. And in fact, 80 out of the 100 top UK businesses have recently done some kind of values activation program where they've tried to unite their employees around the 3 things or the 4 things or the 10 things that they stand for when they're at their best. And we've got endless examples of our customers using values in this way to try and energise and align their workforce around a common set of behaviours. But is it the words, is it the values themselves, or is it the process that actually creates the power, that has the good in it? Collins and Porras, in their book Built to Last, they reckon it's 99% alignment and 1% words. So let's think about that. Let's just play that out for a minute. Let's imagine we had a company with 3 really kind of average values. Nothing that inspiring. So let's say immoral, boring, and selfish. They're your company values. I know they're not really your company values and never would be, but let's imagine there's a company that wants to be all about being immoral, boring, and selfish. And let's imagine they then bring to life those 3 values and using every element of best practice. So they do everything right. They involve their people from start to finish. They uncover the authentic values that exist at the heart of their business when they're at their best, not rather than using an executive team or a consultant. They make sure they've got a list of 3 or 4, not a whole list of 10 that no one can remember. And let's imagine they help their employees to emotionally connect with those values so that they can turn them up and make them louder wherever they work in the business. Imagine that example compared to an example where you had a company that had the 3 most amazing, inspiring words that they've uncovered and researched to death, and everybody's really happy about them. And then they socialise them in a really crappy way, like using mouse mats, for example. We all heard horror stories like that. Well, we all know that kind of management wallpaper has no impact at best, and it can actually cause damage rather than good. So of those 2 examples, great words badly brought to life, or crappy words really well brought to life, which do you think would have the most impact on the bottom line? I know where my money would be. What about if you picked 1 word? What about if you identified 1 word at the heart of your business that represents you at your very best? Let's say courage. Let's say you've identified that when you're really, really firing on cylinders, everybody's got lots of courage, and you turn that up all across your business relentlessly, just focus on that one word. Do you think that would have an even more powerful impact on your business? What about going a bit further and being ridiculous? What about choosing anti-values? What about choosing 3 words that represent you when you're at your worst? Let's say coldness, apathy, greed. And what about if you focus your efforts on eliminating those from the business, about getting rid of the business and kind of wiping them out wherever you found them, using the same techniques but with punishments and penalties? I wonder what that would be like. So just think, is there 1 word in your business that you could turn up really loudly across the business that would make a massive impact, and 1 word you can exterminate from the way that people do things? What kind of impact would that have on your company? It's just food for thought. The idea is just to get thinking about this. Values are here to stay. Companies use values all the time in a variety of different ways. We think we can up the game. We think we can use them more powerfully. And I'd like to get a conversation going about that. So get involved, join the chat, give us your ideas, give us your stories, give us your thoughts. There's got to be a better way. Let's get the conversation going. Thank you very much for listening.